Hello once again. This is Gyan, and today with me is my friend AMSTON. And so
Yeah.
what we are going to do today, I am going to take mock of AMSTON. He has recently cleared IMS Goa written and now will be appearing for IMS Goa interview. So for that I have certain sets of IMS Goa question, that is the testimonial question which has been earlier asked. So I will be asking to my friend Amston. Let's see how his preparation is, and best wishes for him that he prepare hard and get selected
Yeah.
in
Thank
IMS
you.
Goa. And
Yeah. Yeah.
first, Amston, let me congratulate you for clearing IMS
Yeah.
Goa
Thank
written,
you.
because it is a
Thank you.
big
Thank you.
deal. It is a big deal.
Okay.
Out of
Okay.
200 people, only
500.
500. Oh,
500. Yeah.
500, only 53 got selected, na?
No, 150 something.
150.
150 got selected. Yeah. Yeah.
150.
They'll
Okay.
be appearing for interview.
Okay. And from
Yeah.
interview, only 53, I think 53, 54 will be getting selected, because already
Eh,
24 seats,
Yeah. Yeah. It's pre-sponsored.
24 to 34 seats pre-spawn. Okay.
Pre-sponsored. Yeah.
First, tell us that how you managed to clear written. What was your strategy, and how you prepared?
So while for the IMS exam, so before answering IMS written, so I was having Anglo exam. So I was full fledged preparing for the Anglo written exam. So during this, we had conducted session on Epsilon group. Like we had Gyan was as my friend Gyan Avito were holding meetings with Kiran. Other than Ashish were holding meetings for regular preparation. Like even at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, we were having sessions wherein like non-technical, even technical aspects of the marine engineering were discussed. Even morning, we would wake up at around 7 o'clock and continue it.
For
So this was the
aptitude session.
strategy.
Aptitude session, yeah.
Yeah, for aptitude session. So I was able to clear it because of this, all of this.
Mm.
So thank you for Gyan and especially Avito for helping me clear the IMS return.
Yeah.
So
So guys, for
let's start.
aptitude session, for written test of IMS Goa Anglo, we have made a aptitude session, mostly aptitude session by Avito for reasoning and special, and for simple equation and other thing is me. You can check out. It will help you in written test, just like it helped Amston in his IMS Goa written test. So Amston, let's get started. Your mock.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
sure. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So first, tell me your intro, a short intro.
So okay. So good afternoon, Gyan. So thank you for
Uh,
giving me an opportunity.
right now I am your sir here. You are going to speak, so
Okay,
I
sure,
want you
sure.
to prepare in that mode. Okay.
Okay, sure, sure, sure,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
So, good afternoon, sir. So, thank you for giving me an opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Amston Sanchez. I live in Goa. So, I've done my BE in mechanical engineering with 87% with honors from Don Bosco College of Engineering, Fatodda, Goa, which is NBA accredited. So coming to my schooling, I've done my 12th from Goa board with a percentage of 70.67%, while my 10th with a percentage of 77%. Coming to my academic achievements, so I have topped the third year examination in my mechanical engineering department of our college, while I also received three awards from the MPTEL, those are Indian Institutes of Technology, for completing various pursuits during the academics. So this is a brief intro of mine. Should I tell about family background?
You already
No.
gone very long. You didn't
Yeah,
get.
yeah, yeah.
It will become monotonous.
Yeah,
The
yeah, correct.
achievement you can tell in your interview. Okay.
Okay, okay,
And
okay.
if because it is taking time, you can avoid to tell the college name, the school
Okay,
name,
okay,
whatever. Okay. And
okay,
the
okay.
particular percentage, but the percentage and achievement is good. That
Okay,
NPTEL
okay.
certificate you are talking about is very tough to
Yeah,
get, so you can
yeah.
mention that. Okay.
Okay, okay,
Make
okay,
it short,
okay, sure.
concise and specific. Okay.
Okay, 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 sure.
Just 30-40 second is enough for intro.
Okay, 30, 40. Okay.
Okay. Why do you want to join merchant navy?
So if you see my hierarchy coming from both my grandfathers, both were seafarers working for the cruise industry. From both my parents, coming to my father, he was also working for the cruise industry, Royal Caribbean. Coming to my brother, he's working for Bernard Schulte Ship Management currently. So if you see my hierarchy, all are into the seafaring life. So I want to carry on this legacy that motivates me to join merchant navy. Secondly, I wanted a job wherein I could roam various countries, and also the promotions compared to the other fields in the mechanical engineering are quite faster. And also, I feel proud of wearing the uniform of merchant navy. And the long vacation the field offers is what motivates me to join merchant navy.
Okay. Answer with joy or
Yeah, yeah.
and avoid using this animation. Okay, because
Okay,
it
okay,
is
okay,
face to face. Okay.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Sure, sure.
And sit with the straight back.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
And avoid going superficial, like see my hierarchy. If you see my hierarchy, okay. So
Okay, okay. That was wrong. That was
yeah, sir, I am very lucky to be in a family where everyone is from this field. They I have heard the story, I got inspiration from that. I like the way of living style of my belongings, parents, whatever the people, relatives. Okay, so it enthusiastic me to come in this field, as I always wanted to do uh, uh, a job with the big machineries and all. So
yes,
this,
yes,
yes,
yes.
this should be, you are telling your dream, so this should be tell in the moment of joy. Your expression should be like this, the confidence that you
Okay,
are
okay,
already got it. Okay.
okay, okay, okay. Sure, sure.
You should first feel that you are going to get selected, then only the interviewer will feel. Okay, the moment you will feel
Okay.
that I am not going to selected, the energy will transfer to him. Even this guy don't want to get selected, not feeling energetic. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So coming to the non technical part. Okay, this much
Okay.
I am going to ask, because technical parts matters more, and for non technical your confidence, and no question is absolutely wrong in non technical. Okay, so you can
Okay,
ask.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start with the IC engine question. Tell me, what is the difference between two stroke and four stroke IC engine?
Okay. Your video is lagging. Like, is it okay from your side?
Yeah,
Is it
it's
lagging
okay.
for you?
It's okay from my
Maybe,
side.
maybe my network. Maybe
Yeah, you
your
can
video.
carry on.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So two stroke and four stroke. So in a two stroke, the whole cycle, that is suction, compression, expansion, exhaust, is completed in two strokes of the piston. While in the four stroke, we have the whole cycle completed in two revolutions of the crankshaft. In a two stroke, the whole cycle gets complete in one revolution of the crankshaft, while in a four stroke, the whole cycle gets completed in two revolutions of the crankshaft. Coming to the two stroke, in the two stroke, we have a higher power to weight ratio because every revolution of the crankshaft we have one power stroke produced, while in the four stroke every we have comparatively less power to weight ratio because every two revolutions of the crankshaft we have one power stroke. Coming to the two-stroke engine, we have a lighter flywheel because the torque produced is more regular as compared to the four-stroke. While in a four-stroke, we have a heavier flywheel because the torque produced is irregular because every two revolution we have one power stroke that causes irregular torque. So a heavier flywheel. Coming to the two-stroke engine, we have a the volumetric efficiency of a two-stroke engine is poor because we don't have a dedicated stroke like a four-stroke engine wherein there is a dedicated stroke for the inlet stroke, suction stroke, and the power stroke. So these are the points of difference between two stroke and four stroke.
Okay. Uh, can you tell me why four stroke is used as auxiliary engine on board ship and two stroke as a main engine on board ship?
Yes, so for the two stroke, why a main engine is used as a two stroke is because it has higher power to weight ratio. That means for the same power as compared to two stroke and four stroke, two stroke engine produce for the same weight of a two stroke and four stroke, a two stroke engine produces more power. So more power is required to propel the ship. That is why is the first case why we use a two stroke engine on a main engine. Second reason being that it has a compact size. For the same power we have a compact size of a two stroke engine, so the size is a major concern in ship. That is why we use a two stroke in a marine engine. And also it has less moving parts as compared and is more reliable. That is why we use a two stroke engine as the main marine engine. And also the propeller is
Don't go
efficient
complicate.
at.
Don't go complicate. Okay. See,
Okay, okay, okay,
at the same time I will be guiding you. Otherwise,
okay,
you
okay,
don't mess with in the front. Just keep it
okay, okay,
short and concise. As we already discussed that two-stroke engine is used as a main engine. Is the first reason that two-stroke engine is bi-directional engine. The
okay, okay.
propeller, by the changing the fuel direction, we can move. This propeller can move in this and this both direction. Okay.
Okay, so you only change the fuel direction. I was watching a video wherein it was showing a very complex, this like complex fuel. No,
Two-stroke
it is
engine
only
is,
their fuel.
see. You don't have to
Okay,
go into that. You gonna explain.
okay,
Two-stroke engine is the bi-directional engine. The first
okay.
point. And
Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah,
I
I
can't hear
can.
you. Yeah.
Okay, this is the first point. And on board
Yes.
ship, two-stroke engine. You okay? And this four-stroke engine is high-speed engine. That's why used as auxiliary engine. And two-stroke
Okay, okay,
engine is a slow-speed engine on board ship.
okay,
Be-
okay. So propeller is more
uh,
efficient at low speed, so that
and
I
the
can mention.
most important thing that
Yeah.
two-stroke engine has longer stroke. That's why we can
Okay.
easily burn this heavy fuel oil.
Okay,
Three,
okay. So why not that's we burn the same fuel in the four stroke, no? So why
the
not a longer stroke in?
see this 3 point
Okay,
you're gonna speak.
okay,
The first one, it is bidirectional. The second one,
okay,
two-stroke engine has the longer stroke that it can easily
okay.
burn the HFO, heavy fuel oil. The third
Yeah,
is
yeah, correct.
it's a slow speed engine on board ship, like we don't want four-stroke engine is a high speed engine. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Correct,
auxiliary engine.
correct.
And now the cross question will come. We burn heavy fuel oil for four-stroke engine also. Then you will, sir, we burn for we do not burn for starting. We start four-stroke auxiliary engine with diesel oil. Okay, start and stop.
Okay,
And for the
okay,
mid period we use this HFO. But in two-stroke we can use for the longer time because of the longer length of stroke. So burning
okay,
is
okay.
easy.
That's right.
That's okay
Okay,
enough.
okay,
I said the same to the in my synergy interview, and he was very much satisfied. Okay.
okay. So we mix the heavy fuel oil, or it's like special moments where we add a heavy fuel oil in and diesel oil in the four stroke engine, like
Yeah,
starting
in
period.
starting
Or is
in starting what we do now,
yeah.
we use diesel oil to start the auxiliary engine. Okay.
Okay,
And
okay,
when it
okay,
started, we pass heavy fuel oil, like we continue with the heavy fuel oil to burn. So that's
okay,
all. And
okay,
for
okay, okay,
stopping
okay,
also, this is the information for the time
okay,
being.
okay,
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 let's move
okay.
on the with the next
Yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
What is rocker arm?
So a rocker arm is a component of the engine that forms a intermediary between the camshaft and the valves It helps in actuating the valves for opening of the valves and closing of the valves, like for the fuel injector and the inlet and the exhaust valve. So this is the so it acts like a lever in between the camshaft and the valves.
Correct. Can you tell me the types of IC engine?
So the types of IC engines are classified into, we have the uh, petrol engine, which is called the SI engine. We have CI engine, which are called the diesel engine. So you said types of engine. Sorry,
Types
types
of
of
engine.
engine, na?
Yeah.
Okay, so the engines are broadly classified into internal combustion engines and external combustion
Avoid
engines.
doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't hear you, Gyan.
Avoid doing
Not
this.
here.
I am saying
Okay,
that avoid doing this. Your hand is liking that, going like that.
okay,
Okay.
okay. So I can explain like no external combustion engine, internal combustion
Yeah.
engine,
You can go just like this. You are
but too
leaning
much.
like that. But
Okay,
don't too
but
much.
this is too much, no, too
Yeah.
much, too much.
Yeah.
This was because I am resting on the table, no. I'm
Oh,
resting to
oh.
see the video,
But
no. That's why I'm resting on that.
but be careful while in.
Yeah. When IMS, I'll be sure that
Yeah. Okay.
that doesn't happen.
Okay. Now
So
go. Types of IC
So
engine.
engines are classified broadly into internal combustion engines and external combustion engine. So in the external combustion engine, the fuel is burned outside the engine, like for a steam engine, wherein the
Types of IC engine. Types of IC engine.
okay. I thought engines. I thought types of engine.
No,
IC engines now.
uh-huh.
Okay. So IC engines are classified into spark ignition engines, compression ignition engines. The IC engines are also classified on the basis of the fuel burn, that is the diesel, petrol, or heavy fuel oil. It is also dependent on the type of naturally aspirated or supercharged engines. It is also classified into two-stroke and four-stroke. This is how IC engines are classified.
Yeah, correct. It is also
Enough.
classified into the cylinder arrangement: V type,
Yeah. It's
inliner, X type,
okay.
radial type.
Yeah. So
Okay, so
yeah.
the
This is enough, no?
yeah, yeah.
4 5 points enough.
See, in IMS interview, synergy
Yeah,
interview, Great Eastern
yeah,
interview, the good thing is about that, unlike Anglo, that you don't have to be perfect for a certain sets of question. In
yeah. You
Anglo,
should be knowing.
they ask certain set of question and you have to explain it in perfect way, otherwise you can get rejected. In other cases, like, they don't have a certain sets of questions, so they can ask with the momentarily, like, some from some clue you are giving, and for that you don't have to be blank, you have to know something. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct,
so
correct.
that the interview can carry on the by the it should not be monotonous, and you at the same time confidently you are saying by the
Yeah.
logic and all. This is like that only, not very
Okay,
much
but
difficult.
IMS will be little difficult because we'll be having around more of panelists rather than in a synergy or Great Eastern, wherein you having only one or two interviewers. So I'm
See,
not fear about it,
no,
but
no,
I'll go on
don't
what.
fear. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Be confident. We have enough discussed the things. If your basics
Okay.
are clear, you can uh, uh, speculate the answer as well. Okay. Now let's
Okay.
move
Sure.
with the next question.
Okay.
What is piston skirt?
So in a two-stroke engine, we have the piston divided into two parts, which is called the piston crown and the piston skirt. So skirt is the down part of the piston. So it is a part wherein it absorbs the side thrust coming from the expanding gases onto the cylinder. This is what a piston skirt is.
Mm. So basically,
Is it correct or
no, no, you in starting you were correct that in piston we
uh,
have two part, the upper part and
yeah,
the lower part. This
crown?
lower part,
Yeah,
the upper part is piston crown and the lower part is
crown,
piston skirt.
piston
Okay,
skirt. Yeah.
just below the compression ring, this oil scraper
Okay.
ring.
Oil scraper. I can't hear you, Gyan.
Yeah,
It's little lagging because of my network, I think.
no worries.
Issues
I
with
will be
network.
speaking loudly. Okay, so
Okay.
be concise. in the first place, if you want him to give a clue from your answer,
Okay.
he can ask
Okay.
from your clue that now tell me what is this piston ring. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
just
Okay.
you have given this clue that below the oil scraper ring, the parts is known as piston skirt. So, what is
Okay.
oil scraper ring? What is piston ring? So,
Okay.
what is piston
He
ring?
will ask.
Yeah.
Okay. So
He, the
you
say,
asking.
the interview will be like that only in the front of
Okay.
you will be the cluer. You will be the giving
Okay.
the clue
Okay.
from your answer, and they will go ahead with that. So
Yeah,
tell
with
me,
cross questions.
what is piston ring and how many type of piston ring is there?
So piston rings are fitted on the circumferential groove provided onto the piston. So we basically have two sets of ring, wherein first set, which are on the top of the piston, form the compression rings, while we have the middle set of rings, which are called the intermediate rings, and we have the last set of ring, which is called the oil scraper ring.
Purpose of compression ring?
So compression rings help in the sealing effect, wherein the expanding gases do not enter into the crankcase. So it provides a gas-tight chamber for the expanding gases not to enter into the crankcase. This is the purpose of a compression ring.
Correct. Now tell me parts of diesel engine.
So parts of a diesel engine goes as follows. So we have a cylinder liner, in which it is in the cylinder block. Then goes the piston, then piston rings, the gudgeon pin, the connecting rod, the crank pin, the crank web, the crankshaft. Then we have the flywheel, camshaft, cam lobes, inlet in the exhaust valve, and lastly we have the fuel injector. These are the parts of the diesel engine.
Enough, enough.
So if you ask me about diesel parts, should I be concise while saying for a four-stroke diesel parts are as follows, or like in general I should say the parts?
See, while telling some of the common parts,
Yeah, common part.
you can go on with that. If it will be two-stroke diesel engine, then it will have inlet port and exhaust valve. That
Yeah,
is
scavenge
inlet
port.
port, scavenge port and
Yeah,
exhaust
yeah.
valve. If four-stroke engine, both valves is both inlet and exhaust valve. Mm, in this like that we
Yeah.
can go.
Okay, so I'll explain what I've explained. No, what I like basically they will be wanting to explain a four-stroke diesel only. Normally,
Yeah,
they'll
general parts
be
is the same, na? General
okay,
parts.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Correct. Okay, 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 okay.
If you first explain the common parts and then you'll go that telling that in two stroke, in four stroke, so they will think, wow, how clear he is. No,
Okay,
you will
okay.
be
So
feeling like
I can do that, no? So I can do that two stroke.
yeah,
Extra additional.
yeah, go ahead with full confidence. Okay.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now the next question is, what is tappet clearance and what happen if clearance is more or less?
Okay. So tappet clearance is the clearance between the rocker arm and the valve stem. So it is mainly provided for the thermal expansion, as we know, as the valve comes in contact with the combustion chamber, that causes the temperature increase, causing the metal to expand. So it is a clearance given for the valve stem to the rocker arm, so that this clearance happens. So if the clearance is less, what happens is the valve will open first and it will close late. Due to this, the compression won't be effective, while also and also there will be loss of power. And also when tappet clearance is more, it will cause the valve to open late and close early. Due to this, there will be exhaust gases remaining, hindering the combustion process, and also there will be scavenge air will be leakage of scavenge air. So these are the
Basically,
problems.
the conclusion is that there will be a not proper combustion. Okay.
Okay, okay, that is a conclusion, right?
Yeah, conclusion. They are not going to think that this valve will close early and this valve is close.
Okay.
That will go complicated. You will go
Okay.
because
Okay.
that will the
Okay.
efficiency of engine will decreases. The combustion will not happen properly. Neither the scavenging will happen properly. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. So I don't have to mention valve will open first and that stuff.
No, no, no. Don't mention that. It will be complicated if you. Okay.
Okay, I get it.
You
Cross
have
question.
to give the overall idea what is happening. Okay, what will
Okay.
happen
Okay. Okay.
basically.
Okay. Okay. So mainly I have to focus on it will hinder the combustion process.
Scavenging will
Yeah.
not be effective and hence the efficiency will be thermal efficiency will be reducing.
Okay. 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 Combustion will be not
You will
effective.
get this recording na bro,
Okay.
so
Okay. Okay. Okay.
no worries to write at this point of time.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. So we move on.
Okay, now tell me what is the working of camshaft.
So the camshaft is connected to the crankshaft. So its main purpose it is has cam lobes which actuate the inlet and the exhaust valve with the fuel injector. So the camshaft have so it actuates the inlet and the exhaust valve and the fuel injectors onto a engine. So for a two-stroke engine, we have two cams for per cylinder. For a two-stroke marine diesel engine, we have two cams per cylinder. While we in a diesel engine, which is a four-stroke diesel engine, we have three cams per unit.
Why two cams, why three cams?
So, for the two-stroke marine diesel engine, we have a scavenge port. We do not have inlet valves unlike the four-stroke engine, so we have scavenge ports. So the inlet valves are removed. So only we have to actuate the exhaust valve, which is centrally placed into the cylinder, which is a big exhaust valve compared to the four-stroke. And we have fuel injector, two fuel injectors. So we have only two cam lobes on the camshaft, which actuate the exhaust valve, and one is the fuel injection.
Copy.
That's why we have two
Nice.
cam lobes on the camshaft.
What is TBN?
So TBN is total base number. So it is the let's so it is the milligrams of KOH or calcium hydroxide present in 1 kg of fuel.
KOH, calcium hydroxide.
No, potassium KOH or calcium hydroxide I said.
Okay.
KOH or calcium hydroxide. So potassium hydroxide or calcium hydroxide, milligrams of calcium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide present in 1 kg of fuel. That is the TBN.
1 kg of fuel.
Yes, 1 kg of fuel. So as mentioned in that,
Lube oil or fuel?
lube oil. Sorry, I not I said fuel. No, sorry, lube oil. Lube oil.
Okay.
Cannot hear you. Cannot hear you.
No, no, I am not speaking. So I was
Okay, okay.
saying that go and recheck what it is and how much milligram. Okay. If you
Okay,
are
okay.
saying that 1 TBM means 1 milligram in 1 kg of lube oil or 1 gram in 1 kg of lube oil. I am not remembering it right
No, no,
now.
I'm sure about it. I'm sure about it. If it says TBN 7, no, it's
Uh-huh.
7 milligrams of KOH in 1 kg of fuel. I'm damn sure about it.
Just cross check for me.
Okay,
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 okay.
okay. Okay, okay,
And
okay, okay.
now the
TBN.
cross question is
Yes.
for two-stroke engine, does the same TBN of lube oil is used for cylinder oil and crankcase oil?
No, we have a different set of TBN oil use. So for this cylinder, we have a higher TBN. That is because we have the exhaust gases which contain. So we basically have the fuel which contains sulfur. So sulfur, when it combusts, forms into sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So as this scavenging is not as effective as compared to a four stroke, so these exhaust gases get into the cylinder. They remain into the cylinder, and they combine with the water vapor present to form sulfuric acid, and which is harmful, which can cause corrosion onto the combustion chamber. So basically what this TBN, higher TBN is, we use around TBN 70. So what it does is it neutralizes the acid form onto the cylinder liner. So the higher grade of TBN is used, while in the crankcase we use a comparatively lower TBN, which is TBN 7 used in the crankcase. Since we don't have acid formation into the crankcase, that is why we use a different grade of TBN for a cylinder oil and for the crankcase.
Mm, try to be in simple. Don't go complicate water, exhaust. You were saying that. Just say that no, sir. We don't use the same lube
Okay,
oil having same TBN of lube oil. Okay.
okay,
We
okay.
use cylinder oil of higher TBN and crankcase oil of lower TBN. Even you
Only
can,
what he asks, I should say no. Then he will ask me about cross question. Then I have to say.
yeah.
Correct?
If you are not very much confident in cross question, then give him clue.
Okay, okay,
Elongate it,
okay,
but it will not be that difficult. Okay. So
okay, okay,
then say, sir, actually what happens now, in a two stroke engine we burn bad quality of fuel, so the amount of SOx and NOx produces more, and that is acidic, so that can cause corrosion. So for that reason we use higher TBN lube oils, which has capacity to neutralize that acid. Okay, and that
okay,
is
okay, okay,
highly costly, that is highly
okay, okay.
costly. So that's
Yeah, more
why.
the TBN grade, more it is high. This costlier.
Mm-hmm.
Correct, no?
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your video is lagging from my side.
No, no,
Not
from my side it's okay.
okay, okay.
Now the next question is, what is turbocharger?
Okay, so a turbocharger is mainly basically used so that the air which comes it in into the engine, it contains more dense and pressurized air. So basically, what it does is more the mass of air. So more the mass of air means more fuel can be burned, which causes more power and more the efficiency is produced. So so this is how our turbocharger is. Should I explain more then?
Yeah, explain once again.
Okay. Once again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so turbocharger is basically a device, a turbine. When it is connected to the turbine connected to the compressor, the compressor's main role is to compress the air which is coming into the inlet of the of the combustion chamber, wherein more amount of dense air is present, which causes more amount of fuel to burn, which causes power to increase and efficiency increases. So we have the turbine, which is run by the energy of the thermal energy of the hot flue gases coming from the exhaust manifold. So this is how a turbocharger works,
Okay.
and it also has a air cooler in after the compression. Since we increase the pressure of the fluid, also temperature rises. If temperature rises, then the mass of the fluid density decreases. So you don't want density to decrease. So we have a air cooler which increases the density.
Correct, correct, correct. So for what purpose we are using turbocharger?
So we are using for the purpose so that more fuel is burned. So we have this stoichiometric ratio, that is 14 is to 1. So 14 grams of air.
Don't go in
One.
that.
So sorry.
For
Okay.
for to increase efficiency, since
Okay.
exhaust gas
Okay.
enthalpy contain
Okay.
35%
Okay. Okay.
of the energy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
and
Correct.
so
Correct.
using
Correct.
turbocharger, we are
Increases the thermal efficiency.
yeah,
Increases the
we
thermal efficiency.
utilize 20% of the waste energy. Okay, so just
Okay.
without
Okay.
mentioning this data, that so using exhaust gas energy, uh, because of the to increase the efficiency. Okay,
Okay. 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 Sure.
got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the more simple, the more basic you will be, the more, okay,
Less chances of
enter,
cross question.
yeah, love, and the more your chances of getting selection will be good. If you
Okay. Okay. Can't hear you.
if you will do complicate the things, they will feel like from
Okay.
the somewhere he is just mugged up. so you can face the
Okay.
okay, be simple.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
what is the purpose of flywheel?
So flywheel has basically two purposes. One is energy storage. As we know, so we consider four-stroke engine wherein compared to we had it has four strokes wherein only one stroke is power stroke. So power is harnessed only during one stroke while we have three ideal stroke. So acts as an energy storage device wherein it consumes power from the power stroke and gives while to the ideal stroke. And the second reason is it is a regulating device. As we know, during the power stroke high power is produced which can't cause the crankshaft rotation to increase suddenly, so it regulates the torque. So these are the two reasons of the why we use a flywheel.
Mm.
Correct now?
Yeah, correct, correct. This much
Okay.
enough. As long as you are not blank, you are right.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully I don't go blind.
No, no. Yeah, there is a chances of it is not Anglo, na. Anglo
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah, yeah.
know. Okay. In
Yeah,
spite of
what
the and these are the question only they will ask in the some other language, in some other
okay, okay.
if the your basic and concepts are clear, don't worry more. Okay. Now
Okay,
tell me
okay, sure.
why this you have just told why this fluctuation
Yes.
occur in crankshaft because of
Yes, yes.
negative stroke, idle stroke.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it has true.
Fine.
Can't hear you, Gyan.
Uh,
Hello.
why intercooler is present? You have just explained this also working of
Yeah,
turbocharger.
but in a turbocharger we have an intercooler. Is it air cooler?
The
Same, no
same thing,
intercooler.
same thing, same
Okay,
thing.
okay, okay, okay. If he says to explain the intercooler, it could be also for the air compressor, right? So what I have to explain? If it's like previous question is about the engine only, then I can continue with the engine thing, right?
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
Why intercooler? If a case of compressor, then the concept is same
Yeah,
now to increase the
yeah, yeah.
density.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Increasing density in a case
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
compressor, increasing density, we are decreasing the our work done. Okay, the more amount of gas we will be taking now the
Yeah,
air.
density will increase for the same volume, like say 1 meter cube. It will have more mass of air present. So this is the
Hmm.
working. Correct now.
Correct, correct. What is lubrication and types of lubrication?
So lubrication is mainly done wherein the parts come in physical contact with each other, like rotating parts. So what does lubrication does is it reduces the wear, reduces the friction. It also dissipates the heat. So this is what lubrication is. So it forms a thin layer of fluid film on the onto the both the surface, which reduces the wear and tear. So types of lubrications are we have splash lubrication, wherein the crank web has a projection outward which dips into the crankcase and draws out fluid which falls on the other rotating parts inside the engine, and this is how splash lubrication happens. What kind of other lubrications are there? Only one I found out yesterday, splash.
Splash
Others on chat.
splash lubrication and other was what are ring lubrication, splash lubrication. There are many. I am not
Okay.
remembering the
You are
name.
having the notes? You are having the notes or something?
No, no,
Because
no.
on Chat GPT there were some other things only, very complicated
No, no,
things.
no.
So
Go on. Chat GPT is not always right. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
The
yeah.
go
So
on.
where do I check?
It's uh, let me check right now here. Types of
Okay, okay, okay.
lubrication. Types of lubrication. Boundary mixed and full film. Okay.
Yeah.
As much as I know, what was the one was splash lubrication that is
Okay.
happen in the two-stroke main engine. Okay,
Okay.
and some of the name was
No, not in the two stroke. Not in the two stroke. Four stroke. Four stroke.
in two-stroke is crankcase oil. The splash
Okay, that plus lubrication
yeah.
takes place.
And I will tell you later. Right now, I'm not able to find it.
Okay, okay, sure, sure, sure.
Let's move
Even
on.
in the even in the two-stroke crankcase, we have splash lubrication and not the pump that flows into it. It is not splash, no. It is
It
pump
is
that flows.
from that pump only. This centrifugal pump only. It is
It goes
spla-
into the
yeah.
piston, then some goes to the crank pin,
Uh,
then main bearing. There
Splash
are
is
lines, no, not splash,
what?
not splash. It has a line that goes inside the piston. One line goes into the piston, one goes into the main
That is
bearing, one goes into
that is
the
from telescopic pipe. In two-stroke engine, we have two types of lubrication. One is
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
cylinder oil lubrication.
Telescope
The other is uh, crankcase lubrication.
crankcase.
For the
Yeah, yeah.
above, this is we have telescopic pipe. So that you are talking about is line lubrication is what. I'm not very sure about it. You can cross check.
Okay,
We
okay,
can
okay.
cross check later.
Okay, because I was seeing the video just yesterday, it
Okay.
was saying pump is used, pump. So one line is directed to the crosshead bearing for the telescopic disc, and we have a separate line for
Okay,
the
we
main
can
bearing.
we can we can discuss in our technical discussion will also happening for the MS
Okay,
Goa.
okay,
You can discuss in
okay,
that.
okay,
Okay. See,
okay, okay, okay.
this much you know. Don't go in very deep. Types of lubrication. If you go deep,
Just send me, okay? Just send me which are more related.
whatever way I will get, I will send you. No worries. Let's
Okay,
move
okay.
with the next question.
Yes.
I am thinking to carry on the IC engine question with you only.
Okay, okay, okay.
Now tell me what parts of the IC engine lubricated.
So for the mainly we have the main bearing that is lubricated. Then we have the crank pin bearing. Then the piston that is lubricated. While we also have the piston, the cylinder liner and the piston lubricated. And also, so these are the parts that are lubricated in common. For a two-stroke engine, we have the specific lubrication is provided for the crosshead bearing by a telescopic pipe that goes into it. Since the crosshead bearing moves with the piston, so we have a lubrication separately for that. Apart from that, all are the same. So these
See,
are the parts which are
the
lubricated.
question was the which parts of the lubricated. Okay, so bearing
Okay, okay.
in main engine in IC engine, there are two three
Yeah,
types of bearing: main bearing, journal bearing, crosshead
yeah, yeah,
bearing, thrust bearing. For that,
yeah.
lubrication is required. Crankcase lubrication is required. Piston, cylinder liner lubrication is required. So these are the past
Okay.
the
So bearing, while saying bearings, I have to say just the bearing. So I have to
if you
mention
can
main bearing.
mention because sir had taught in the dreamer package na.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Crank pin bearing.
Yeah,
Then piston is
the every
lubricated.
type of bearing will require this
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Piston is required in cylinder liner.
yeah, yeah.
So I
Now
better not mention about crosshead bearing, right? Crosshead
how
bearing.
much
If you
I'm
ask for,
mentioning crosshead bearing, you know na why crosshead is used because of the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
longer
yeah,
stroke. This
yeah, yeah.
crosshead is
It
used.
absorbs. Yeah, it absorbs the side thrust coming and also the forces side thrust coming from the
Otherwise,
connecting rod.
the cylinder would be very big. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
this is crosshead bearing.
Diametrically, if a connecting rod has to be used, then it would be longer. Ideally, it would go longer. Correct.
Correct, correct. See how much clear you are. No problem.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, what is a diaphragm in an engine?
No diaphragm, I not do. Diaphragm, I not do. That is remains. What do you know about diaphragm?
Mm,
No,
diaphragm.
no. You
Diaphragm.
heard it about it? You heard it anytime?
Diaphragm is what, as I know, and what I would have spoken that
Yes.
it is air thing, air related thing. Air operated pump is known as diaphragm pump. So like that only in engine there is a air space in this A frame. Scavenge
Ah.
air space from that
Okay, okay.
uh, air comes and also this is the
Okay,
diaphragm
okay.
region. It
Okay,
I
okay.
am not
So
very
it's a
sure about
basically
it.
Okay, built-in pump it is called, no? Air operated pump is called
No, no,
built-in pump.
since it is an engine, so diaphragm is much related with the air thing, and I am
Okay,
thinking
okay.
that the in IC in that engine, diesel engine, we have some space that is first it is bed plate, then we have a frame. In there is a some
Yeah,
scavenge air space, so that space may be known as diaphragm. I am not very sure. I am saying that. Okay,
yeah.
it just
So if I don't know
reflect.
the answer, I have to say directly I don't know,
No,
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 because
sir,
it could.
sir, you can just bit around the bush. Sir, I am not very
Okay,
sure, but I can speculate since there is a diaphragm pump and that pump is related with air operating. Maybe it is related with some air thing like we have this scavenge air, so that the interviewer will understand that this guy knows about this air operated pump as well, and he is
okay.
speculating, he is not giving up. Maybe he can be right or wrong, that's another thing, but he is asking for, as much you are speaking, beating around the bush, just like that only. Okay,
Yeah,
making a
okay,
connection.
okay.
Okay. And with smiling you have to do that. Okay, sir, like
Okay.
that in they must be also knowing that you are not willingly fooling them, you are just trying your best to speculate and get answer by logic or by inferring. Okay, we are human, yaar. We don't
Yeah.
can't assume that everything will know. Okay,
Yeah.
and this mechanical thing, this science thing can be logically speculated. The thing we can also think of
Yeah.
that this could be possibilities.
Yeah. Based on the name, it indicates it.
Now, how to start an auxiliary? Oh, wait. Rocker arm, diagram, rocker wall timing. You know wall timing diagram, na? I am not
Yes.
asking you to write here.
Okay. So wall diagram I have basically done for only two stroke and four stroke. Those are enough. Only for two
Yeah.
stroke marine.
For
Those are
and
enough.
what is
They want.
they want for
Yeah.
what? Four stroke and
Okay.
two stroke.
Yeah, but petrol I not do. Petrol will be different, no? Petrol engine, two stroke petrol engine to four stroke petrol engine. Wall diagram will be different.
No, this fuel injection timing. No. This four stroke and two stroke only. This wall diagram is opening and closing of wall. Okay.
Yeah.
So four
So it
stroke,
will
two
be
stroke.
different for diesel and petrol, no? As of what I have the
The
knowledge, it is
basics,
different.
the basics will be same. Basics will be
Yeah,
same.
basics will be same. Yeah,
Basics will
basics
be
will be
same.
same.
What it means that this inlet valve will open at the end of exhaust stroke in
Yeah.
every engine. The degrees can differ, the fuel injection timing can differ, the
Okay.
the burning of fuel can differ. The basic that the exhaust, that the inlet valve open in the at the end of exhaust stroke for pre scavenging process. Okay, the exhaust valve will close at the end of intake stroke at the like.
Yeah, okay. I cannot
Okay.
hear you. It's breaking. Sound is breaking.
Okay. No. So this is
Uh,
the same four stroke, two stroke.
okay,
I am not asking you right now.
okay.
Now, and this value you saw that always say this approximately 15 degree before TDC the fuel injection start. Approximately the after 20 degree it will stop. It was you gonna speak like
Okay.
that only, not exact.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I connect to another other hotspot and see if it is coming clear? Can you wait?
Okay, Anston, all good.
Yeah, all good.
Network clear. Okay.
Yes, can't hear you.
Okay, now your video has been stuck. Okay, no.
Okay. Maybe network will. Just wait.
No. Now it was clear.
Network issue will it rained over here. Just
Okay.
one hour before it rained heavily, so networks are very less.
So moving with the next question. You know how
Yeah.
BHP is calculated?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
You said anything?
How
You said
B
anything?
How BHP is calculated?
Okay, you can see my video, right?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, so BHP is brake horsepower. So it is the formula. It states at 2 pi n t by 60. So we find n, that is the number of revolutions by a tachometer, while the torque is removed by the following process, that is known as Crony brake dynamometer. So it has a lever wherein there are two blocks that support the flywheel. Inside a block we have a lever. Onto the block is supported by a lever. On the lever we have springs mounted via a bolt screw on the top, so there are tightened, so the flywheel is kept in between the blocks and it is tightened to the lever. At the end of the lever, it is like a cantilever wherein one side is fixed, other side is hanging. So at the end of the cantilever we have a weights that project downwards. So what happens is, let's say the flywheel is rotated in the counterclockwise direction. This causes the lever to rotate up because the blocks are connected to the flywheel, which causes the lever to rotate upwards due to the flywheel rotation. Because it is physically in contact now, because the blocks are in physical contact. So it causes the lever to swing upwards. So what we do is put on adding weights so that the lever comes into equilibrium position, means the horizontal position. So these weights are calculated and the length is removed. So the difference between the center line of the flywheel and the center line of the weights is removed. So that length into the weight to make the lever into equilibrium position is multiplied. So this will give torque. Torque will be weight to neutralize or to get it to equilibrium into the length, that is from the center of the flywheel to the center of the blocks. So weight into length will give you torque. So this is how brake power is removed, wherein brake power is 2 pi n by t. 2 pi n we, as I said, by tachometer, and t torque by this method divided by 60. This is how brake horsepower is removed.
Next
You
question.
understood it?
Yeah, I got this much idea that with the rotation of the flywheel, the and the weight. Okay,
It.
if you are as much as you
Okay.
are speaking, because this is the some out of the box question, but you have
Okay.
did
Okay.
your
Okay.
homework, it will be okay.
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 Mm. Uh, Now tell me what all parts are visible while looking at the crankcase part.
So while looking at the crankcase, you can see the bearings wherein the crankshaft is mounted on it. So we also have the crankshaft. With that, you can also see the crank pin along with the web and the connecting rod. So these are the parts wherein in the crankcase, these are the parts which will be visible.
Yeah, impressive. So it can be asked about this boiler also, boiler mounting, visible boiler
Yeah,
mounting.
yeah, I can say boiler
Yeah, yeah,
mountings.
just
I can
presence
say.
of mind and all the things by looking.
Okay, okay.
And
You said anything?
no, no.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
this you have how to start an auxiliary engine to cover this.
No, not starting, but preset of instructions. I know, like before the starting,
You
what has
should
to be
not be
done. Like,
blank. Okay, whatever you
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah,
say,
yeah.
just tell me. Okay.
I'll say.
Hmm.
So, firstly, while starting the auxiliary engine, we check for the lube oil, the we check the lube oil, the level, as well as the pressure of the lube oil. So we have to refer the manual for the manufacturer's guidelines for the correct type of oil used, and also the for the pressure of the oil maintained. So this is the first thing, that is the lubrication oil has to be seen. Then all the cooling system, like for the jacket water cooling, all the valves has to be open. So this is the second thing. Valves with the pump, all the connections has to be checked. Then coming to the uh, what else? This, then we have to check the indicator cock. So it has to be open before the engine starts. So any water vapor which is present, or any liquid, say let's say leakage is present inside the combustion chamber, as we know, the piston works on compressing the charge which is present. So if there is liquid which is incompressible, which can cause problem to the engine, so which keep the indicator cock open if there is any liquid or any fuel that is present in the combustion chamber. So it is removed via, and we come to know that some leakage is there or any crack is there inside the engine. So these are the methods how
See how
the how
impressively
the
you tell the things. If you got blank, then this,
okay.
yeah. You know,
Yes, 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 yes.
the
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
you
yeah.
told, na, it is very impressive that while starting we keep the indicator cocked, air valve open, because when we crank the engine it required more force. If it will be closed, the air will not allow enough to crank the engine. Okay, and
Yes, yes,
if
correct,
it
correct, correct.
had been asked to me, I would be molding the question like that, sir. uh, to starting an engine we require this system, like lube oil system, cooling system,
Okay,
fuel oil
okay, okay,
system,
okay.
scavenging system. Okay, for I am
Okay,
not,
okay.
I know I am very not correct, but this is the simple thing which one can tell to
Yeah,
start
yeah.
an engine. I can just simply tell for
Before
start, engine is engine, either auxiliary engine or IC engine.
main engine. Yeah, all
Yeah,
are
main
same.
engine, all the same. So the
Correct,
purpose is
correct.
that you have to know some idea. Okay, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just, you told na, it was impressive.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so I want your confidence to be high, either maintained or
Okay,
either
okay,
more joy there.
okay, okay.
Okay,
Sure, sure.
it's not a rocket science that you can't get it.
Okay,
Next,
okay, okay.
how to start an auxiliary engine done. uh, which type of engine is used on ship and why?
So
Simple.
on chip we use. Yeah, you said anything?
No, no, go ahead.
Okay, okay. So for the on board ship, we use two kinds of engine. That is two stroke and four stroke. So two stroke is used for the main as the main marine engine to propel the ship, while we have the four stroke, which is used as the auxiliary engine, so to harness power. So these are the engines used on board ship. And to be more concise, those are two stroke and four stroke diesel engines.
Mm, okay.
So, Gyan, why don't we say two-stroke heavy fuel engines and why only diesel? Because diesel has similar properties to
See,
HFO.
no, no, no. Diesel are costly. Actually, diesels are costly to, for economic
Yeah,
purpose.
burn.
We use
Yeah, yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Got it.
And
But why
nowadays,
don't we say
what?
it is similar to this? It is similar to diesel, I think. No, properties are similar to diesel, I think.
No, no, no.
Heavy fuel oil.
Heavy fuel oil viscosity is not that much good.
Yeah,
Okay,
viscosity, I
you need
understand.
to
Yeah,
burn on all. No, diesel oil is much
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah,
good and refined.
yeah,
You
yeah. Much.
can't burn
Yes,
heavy
yes,
fuel
yes.
oil for every engine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah, yeah. Correct.
yeah, this is the idea. Okay. Now the next
Okay.
question is that, uh, can we run a ship on four-stroke petrol engine? Any
Okay.
idea?
So yeah, we can run it, but
Hmm.
it won't be efficient. So as petrol engine,
Hmm.
petrol four-stroke engine, the speed will be more. That will cause the propeller to rotate faster. If it is producing the same power as compared to a two-stroke, it will cause the propeller to rotate fast, which will cause inefficient. So propeller is more inefficient at low speeds, and also the size of the engine for the same power developed to propel the engine will be much more bigger. So if you have like double the engine of a two-stroke engine, so these are the reasons why we can use it, but it will be bigger, as well as the it will be
One
high
thing,
speed engine.
one
Which
thing also add, this four-stroke engine are not bi-directional. We need to rotate
okay,
them
okay,
from.
okay, sorry, sorry. Yeah, okay, okay, okay.
Got it?
Yeah, 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 correct. Rest things are okay, na? Good.
Rest thing are okay since you did your homework. The source you are finding,
Okay,
it's okay. And guys,
okay,
everyone who gonna watching this video, question and answer, whatever is answer, don't take it for granted. Okay,
okay.
do your homework, search for your answer. So the more different, make your own answer, your own explanation. It is just for guidance, it is for just for help. Okay, don't take it granted whatever he is explaining. Yeah, we are here. Okay, this is a disclaimer. What we are just providing, it is our best of knowledge. Is it or not, Amston?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. Whatever we can do, we are doing.
yeah, we are doing best. Now
So
next is,
let's move on.
yeah, five more question. No worries.
Okay.
Mm, what is crank web?
So a crank web is a component wherein it is a component that connects the connecting rod to the crankshaft. So we have a crank web that connects connects to the connecting rod via a crank pin, while the other part is rigidly fixed to the crankshaft. So it rotates with the axis of the crankshaft, and it also transmits the oscillatory and the reciprocating motion of the connecting rod into rotary motion of the crankshaft. So this is
Correct,
how a
correct.
crank works.
Crank web. Okay.
Like on the should I start?
So, Amston, explain the working of four-stroke engine.
So the four-stroke diesel engine works as follows. Firstly, we have the suction stroke, during which both the valves, the inlet and the exhaust valve, remains closed. Then the as the piston moves downward, so a greater volume is created, volume increases, that's how the pressure decreases. So the inlet valve opens and the atmospheric air is taken in. This is how a suction stroke works of the engine. Then we have a compression stroke wherein the piston moves upward from the bottom dead center to the top dead center, during which both the valves remain closed. And at the end of the compression, since high temperature is produced, which increases the pressure as well as, so during that stroke, we have a fuel injector which injects a metered quantity of fuel inside the combustion chamber diesel. So due to the high temperature of air, it auto ignites the mixture which is present. This causes the piston to move downwards because of the high pressure, that is uh, high pressure of the combustion gases. It causes the piston to move downwards from the bottom top dead center to the bottom dead center. This is the power stroke after the compression stroke. This causing power to the gases to expand that acts on the piston. So by the following linkages, the crankshaft rotates. And at the end of the stroke, we have the exhaust stroke, during which the exhaust valve opens and the gases are expelled outwards from the bottom dead center to the top dead center. The piston moves. So this is how a four-stroke diesel engine works.
Okay. So, basically, I had asked to explain the working of four-stroke engine. So, you
Okay.
can further ask to them that, sir, is it four-stroke diesel engine or four-stroke petrol engine? Because in petrol
Okay.
engine we
Okay.
have spark ignition thing and
Spark
diesel fuel
ignition.
injection. So,
Okay. Okay.
if you
Okay.
can go on the common ground basis while explaining the suction and compression will be take, the firing the will be different. In case of spark
Yeah. Yeah.
ignition
Yeah.
we
So I
have
should ask
spark
them, no,
ignition.
whether petrol or diesel,
Yeah,
right?
you can ask them, or you can go with the common ground, and while explaining this firing, this ignition,
Okay. Okay.
so you can say at that time, sir, if it is spark ignition or petrol engine, then the we have spark plug to ignite it at the end
Yeah, we
of the
have the air fuel
uh,
mixture already
uh,
mixed, and then it is entered, so it will be completely different, no? So I'll better say ask or
yeah, yeah,
directly
as
start
per
with
your
four-stroke diesel.
convenience, you can ask. Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Or
Otherwise, it will confuse because yeah.
uh, and otherwise this is understood, very much understood, that in this marine we basically talk about diesel engine. If you don't,
Diesel, yes, yes.
if you explain the diesel engine, that is also very much correct, as much as you are
Okay, okay,
opening your mouth. Okay.
okay, 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 okay.
Now the next question is, what happens if we don't use turbocharger?
If we don't use turbocharger, the engine will still work. Why we use a turbocharger is we increase the thermal efficiency. As we know, the exhaust gases have higher enthalpy. Like for example, it will contain like 250 to 350 degrees Celsius temperature, which can be safely utilized to run the turbocharger, wherein it has connected to a blower which takes in air, compresses it, due to which high amount of fuel can be burned and more power can be obtained. So if we don't use a turbocharger for the same engine, we won't get high power and more efficiency. So this is what happens when we don't use a turbocharger. While if we use a turbocharger, the power with for the same engine type, the more power will be produced and more efficiently
Yeah,
will
yeah.
burn the fuel.
At the same time, don't drag it too much, no? The concept is that,
Okay, okay,
yeah, if you don't waste the engine, we won't be utilizing the energy as much as efficiently, because using turbocharger give us edge, that utilization of the exhaust get enthalpy, which is the 35% of the total energy. By using, we
okay,
can utilize the 20% of the exhaust. Okay. uh,
okay, okay, okay,
as simple as that. Okay.
okay,
Otherwise
okay, okay,
explanation was good. uh,
okay.
what is scavenging?
So scavenging is the process of removal of the exhaust gases by the high kinetic energy of the inlet air that causes the exhaust gases to go out. So this is the process. What is scavenging? Gyan, you can hear
Scavenging,
me?
scavenging, I think you just explain it once again, I just missed out.
Okay,
And
okay, okay,
I
okay,
felt
okay.
that your
So
explanation is not as simple it should be. Yeah, please
okay,
continue.
okay. I'll explain in simpler words
Okay.
then. Okay. So it's the process of removal of exhaust gases by the flow of the inlet gases.
Yeah, correct. Third.
How many
Hey,
questions are done?
approx 29. There are
Okay,
less question are remaining. Be patient. And
okay, okay,
I was saying that
okay.
valve timing diagram and PV diagram of CI engine. CI engine
Yeah,
PV
that I know.
diagram is, you know which diagram? The diesel cycle.
So
That is
yeah, yeah, diesel.
auto
But for
cycle.
what? Two stroke or four stroke? Two stroke or four stroke?
It is based on, it is doesn't matter, it is a two stroke or four stroke. Just remember that PB diagram of diesel cycle and PB diagram of auto cycle. Auto cycle is for petrol cycle, in which
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
difference is that only in diesel cycle.
Constant pressure heat addition and constant volume heat addition.
You got it.
Only different.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, yeah. Constant pressure heat addition in diesel cycle while
Yeah.
constant volume heat addition
uh,
in auto cycle.
so PB
Correct, na?
diagram, constant pressure, constant pressure will be like this. In constant volume will be
Yeah,
like this. Got it?
like this. Yeah,
We
correct.
have
And
all.
rest are isentropic compression,
uh,
isentropic expansion, constant volume heat rejection.
Copy. Made a very simple diagram. And one thing,
Yes.
they can ask further also, what is this marine diesel engine, marine type of engine. This works on the
Okay.
dual cycle. You know,
Ah.
constant pressure and half constant volume. It is much more
Okay.
efficient than
Okay.
both. Okay.
Yeah. No, it is more efficient than petrol engine, but more efficient than diesel engine. Intermediate between diesel and petrol.
For
It is
same
not more. I checked. Yeah.
compression
Dual
ratio, na?
is.
For same
Okay.
compression
Yeah. Yeah.
ratio.
Same compression ratio.
I am
Petrol
not.
is more efficient. Then comes dual. Then comes
It is basically
this diesel.
intermediate for same compression
Yeah.
ratio.
Intermediate. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Dual.
overall, this
Yeah.
dual is much more efficient if you are not putting condition
Okay. Okay.
of high peak pressure
So
or
what was the question? What was the question on what cycle does a marine engine works? It's on dual cycle, right?
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Now
So,
then,
but we are not burning petrol over here, no? Not burning petrol over here.
this is
Mixture
not
of this,
related
no?
with burning. This diesel cycle and petrol cycle. In petrol cycle we burn petrol, in diesel cycle we burning petrol is the spark plug ignition, and spark plug
Yeah,
takes
yeah,
place
yeah,
at constant volume, and this diesel ignition, auto ignition is takes place constant pressure. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't get
Okay, okay.
take it
Got it.
don't make it so much
Yeah.
confusing, but stick with
Okay,
this
okay.
thing.
So diesel is added at firstly at constant volume, then at constant pressure, right? No?
No, no, that is dual cycle, that is third cycle. Mostly stick with the
Yeah, yeah,
constant
yeah.
pressure diesel cycle, constant volume petrol
Okay.
cycle, diesel cycle,
Petrol
petrol
cycle.
cycle.
No,
Petrol cycle is known as auto cycle as well. Okay,
motorcycle. Yeah, that time. Okay.
revise it na. The next
Okay. Okay. Okay.
question is
Sure.
PV diagram of purpose of sea water in engine.
So for the engine, we use the seawater for actually transferring the heat energy that is produced. So we use it
For
for the
cooling
jacket
purpose,
water.
jacket water cooling,
Oh
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
anything
But
like
they
that.
said specifically engine, no. So I can mention for the jacket water cooling as
Yeah,
well as for the lube oil coolers.
yeah, you can mention.
Okay.
But,
That any layman can answer, no, why it is used,
yeah,
which why seawater again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basic question is
If I am
asked.
more concise, then
Hmm.
yeah. Okay. Okay. So
It depends mostly when it is being asked. If it is being asked in starting, you can go very much deep. If it is being asked in the
okay.
first 20 after 20 minutes, then you can just say for cooling. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
How indicated horsepower of engine is calculated? This you know.
So we have indicated horsepower is the power that is mainly depends on the formula. It goes like this. So it has pressure into area into length into number of strokes divided by
Hmm.
60.
Hmm.
So for a two-stroke engine,
Hmm.
we have n, while for a four-stroke engine, the n goes as n by 2, number of revolutions by 2. So for a wait, so we have an indicator cock onto the cylinder head, wherein there is a valve fitted, which we open it to measure the horsepower, that is indicated horsepower. So we have a plunger and arrangement inside which piston moves. So this plunger is connected to a spring. Spring is further connected to a lever. Lever has a end of the lever has a stylus. So the stylus is connected to a oscillating drum which rotates onto a cam. So what it does is, to calculate pressure, it can't be a specific value. We remove a mean pressure, that is there are surges in while the process goes on. So we have a mean pressure that is formed. We can't have a specific pressure as the pressure surges. So what it does is, as the goes on, so it sends a pressure is exerted onto the plunger, which causes the plunger to move upwards and
Is it
downwards as
not
per the
going too
pressure.
long? This much long you
Yeah,
have to see. I
yeah.
want to tell you this definition. Even this interviewer don't ask. He just generally ask you. You will be starting with explaining what is indicated horsepower, what is brake horsepower.
Okay,
Okay. Since I
okay.
have no idea
But
how it
you
is.
said how it is calculated, no? How it is calculated? You said how it is calculated.
Yes, how it is
No?
calculated. Before that only you need to
Okay, after
make
me.
some roll bit around the bush
Okay,
what actually it
okay,
is. Okay, because this
okay.
calculation power is so much typical. They will feel like what
Okay,
is explaining plunger, stylus, everything, just
okay,
like you
okay,
had already calculated. You
okay.
didn't calculate na.
Okay.
Okay,
No, no.
no, no. So
So
start
indicated
with
horsepower is the actual power which is produced inside the engine.
hmm.
So we have it produced inside the engine. So it finally, when we calculated the crankshaft, the power reduces because of some friction losses between the,
And
let's
that
say,
is known
between the
as brake
piston and,
horsepower. That is
yeah, that is called as brake horsepower.
okay. And
Yeah.
this question, I want every guys you do your homework and make an explanation of yourself. Okay,
Okay.
and make sure that you won't be blank. Even you don't know what how to
Okay.
calculate, you should explain what is indicated horsepower, what is formula for indicated horsepower. That is plan. Plan is mean effective pressure. L is the PLAN. L is the length of the stroke. A is the cross sectional area of the piston. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Of the
And
bore. Yeah.
yeah, bore. And N is the number of revolution. So this is the plan upon something. It is plan upon something.
Yeah.
Plan upon
60. Yes.
plan upon 60.
60.
I am not
Yeah.
actually remembering it. So this much
Okay.
explanation and formula you should know. This much you know. Okay. It is not like
Yes.
that you should know everything. You can know
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
Okay.
But I have to explain, no, when he says to
Yeah,
explain how indicated
yeah.
horsepower is
You can go.
calculated.
You can go. You if you know, you can go ahead. This will give you edge with the rest
Okay.
of your
Okay.
competitors. Okay.
Okay. Okay. And then can I ask him like, can I draw and show you the diagram? So it will be more easier to tell him. No?
Yeah.
There are pages
If you
in.
can ask him, sir, can I draw and show you how to calculate? He will be like, oh God. Yeah. This guy come with full
Because in
preparation.
the language, no, that's how we communicate. Engineers communicate, no.
Yeah.
Diagram is
No.
how we communicate.
If you're asking for pen and paper and this is ultra thing. Some
Okay.
confident the guy can say this only. Okay,
No,
these
there
are
will be pages in.
yeah.
IMS director was saying there will be pages in. So we have to only carry a pen and your brain.
Nice. Pen and brain, pen and brain. Nice. The next question is uh, the last question I will be asking you. That
Okay.
is, light has gone. The last question I
Okay,
will be
no issue.
asking you that how exhaust valve is operated.
Yeah, Gyan, can you repeat it again, please?
How exhaust valve is operated. And one more question.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, can't hear you.
How exhaust valve is operated.
Okay, so I have to answer, right?
Yeah.
Start. Okay, so exhaust valve is actuated by a camshaft
Hmm.
which has lobes onto it, which activates the push rod, and also the push rods or the vertical movement of the push rod causes the rocker arm, that is the
Yeah.
lever, to actuate, which acts onto the valve stem, and this is how exhaust valve
Yeah.
opens. You can have another arrangement of exhaust valve wherein the cam can be overhead of the cylinder, so we can directly have the crankshaft connected to the camshaft via chain drive or a chain belt, or we can also have timing gears for timing gear. So it is mounted onto the top of the cylinder head. So lobes are connected to the camshaft, cam lobes. So cam lobes directly actuate the exhaust valve. So these are the two arrangements how the exhaust valve can be actuated.
See, Amston, this much preparation you are doing. This is the
Yes.
something you have remembered.
Yeah.
Okay. So while this is not like that, you can ask this sets of questions. It is okay na. You will not go blank na because
Okay. Okay.
something actuation, something you are saying that overhead thing. Okay, that I also don't know. I just simply know
Uh,
that exhaust valve inlet valve
okay. Okay.
is
Now I was
operated.
seeing the diagram.
Okay,
The
is
camshaft can be also
yeah,
overhead. No,
yeah,
can be
yeah,
overhead also.
yeah, yeah. It can be overhead.
It
Is
can be overhead.
operated
So
with
I should stick with one only, that push rod.
yeah.
I should
Yeah,
stick with one thing only, that push rod and
general.
all thing.
Be
That thing.
simple and concise. Like you can say
Can't hear
that.
you.
Be simple and
Okay, okay.
concise. Like you can start with that. It operated via the rocker cam and follower mechanism. What you told na? What you told
Ca-
that is known as cam and
Can't hear
follow.
you. Your network. Okay, okay,
Can you
okay.
hear me
Can't
now?
hear you. Again,
Can you hear me now? Can you hear
can't
me?
hear you.
Can you hear me?
Voice is breaking. Video is stuck.
Wait. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
No, 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 no. It's breaking. What happened?
Okay.
Okay, okay.
So, Amston, the last question I'm going to ask that is uh,
Yes.
how main bearings are lubricated. Can you tell something?
Yeah, so main bearing is mainly, as of what I know, so main bearing is basically a general bearing wherein we have a crankshaft onto which the housing of the bearing rests. So we have a pipe piloted to we have a pipe which acts onto the bearing. So it forms a hydrodynamic layer in between the bearing and the crankshaft. And this is how the main bearing is lubricated.
Yeah,
So this is how, I mean,
this hydrodynamic layer helps in lubrication.
yeah,
So I
yes,
am done with the IC engine question. Whatever the question it has been earlier asked in IMS Goa, all the testimonials
okay,
collected and asked to you. So guys, this was IC engine question pack for IMS related question, IMS related interview, IMS Goa interview. So thank you, Amston. And light has
yeah. Thank
gone.
you, Gyan, for spending your time.
Yeah, and light has gone, guys. Since
Okay, no issue.
interview is very near, so guys, uh, it gonna help you. This video gonna help you anyway. Keep your preparation high, and we'll meet next Amston with the next topic. And Amson,
Okay,
I want to see you in IMS Goa. And Amson has
okay,
also
thank you.
chance of Anglo because he has cleared
Okay,
this Anglo written. So anywhere I want to see you in my field. Okay. Best wishes for that. Keep your preparation high. Thank you guys.
okay.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Gyan.
Yeah.
Let's sign off.
Yeah.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.